Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and I'm here with another Friday Reads. This week marked the end of the R.I.P challenge in September and October, and the beginning of Nonfiction November. So briefly, I want to tell you about The Hotel Never Sink by Adam O'Fallon Price. This was officially my last book for the R.I.P challenge, though I ended up finishing it in November. I just finished it yesterday. But I wanted to take a moment to tell you about it because it's a really cool book. The way it's written is really original, and the way the story is woven together. So I think I mentioned last week, each chapter takes place in a different year and focuses on a different person. Now, they're all related to this old hotel in the Catskills. Well, the novel starts in 1950 when the hotel is new, and it follows generations of the family that owns the hotel, as well as some chapters are narrated by or from the perspective of one of the guests or one of the staff. So you get this picture of this family and this hotel through the years as the hotel hits the peak of popularity, and then like most of these places in the Catskills, then, declines. So this is about the hotel, and it's about the family. It's a very intricate family drama through generations, but it's also a mystery and a little bit of a ghost story. So children go missing over the years at the Hotel Never Sink. When the novel opens in 1950, the first child has gone missing from the hotel itself. In later years, children sometimes go missing from the nearby town. And so all the way through, there is this mystery of what's happening to these kids. There are the appearances of what appear to be ghosts. There are everything going on with the family and the hotel and the staff and the guests. It's just a really, I want to say complex, but not in a bad way. It's a really intricate story that weaves together all these different pieces. And since in each chapter you're getting the perspective of a different person, it all comes together beautifully, and it kept me guessing right until the end. So just wanted to say I've really enjoyed The Hotel Never Sink by Adam O'Fallon Price. So last night I turned my attention to Nonfiction November and my planned first book for November, Walden by Henry David Thoreau. I can't believe I've never read this. I love the outdoors. We're going camping this weekend for the first time since June because we just got our camper repaired. And so I thought this would be the perfect book for reading while I'm outdoors. So far the first chapter is a little bit draggy, but he's not talking about the outdoors and his time at Walden yet. This first chapter is called Economy, and it's about basically why he decided to write the book, why he decided to go live on Walden Pond for a year. And so far, it's a little preachy. He comes off as arrogant, but I'm very interested to get to the parts where he's actually living at Walden Pond, spending all his time outdoors, writing about nature. So I am hoping that it picks up a little bit. I may, if it continues to be a slow read, I may do something that I never do and read 2 books at a time. Maybe read 10 or 15 pages of this a day, and on the side, read something a little more fast-paced. So if that happens, my alternate book that I may start is Seabiscuit by Laura Hillenbrand. As I mentioned in my Nonfiction November introduction, this is one that's been on my shelf for a long time. Laura Hillenbrand is a personal hero of mine, and I love her writing. And I know she writes narrative nonfiction that reads like a fast-paced novel. So if I need a little break from Thoreau, we'll see how that goes, then I may also start reading Seabiscuit. So again, I don't normally read 2 books at once. I always have one on audio and one in print, but alternating between books isn't my thing. I usually prefer to just immerse myself in the world of one book and stick with it. So we'll see how this goes. And I am looking forward to reading Thoreau while camping and spending time outdoors. I have not yet started my first audiobook for November, but I did pick one out this morning, and I'm going to download it onto my iPod later today. Yes, I still use an iPod. I have so much music, podcasts, audiobooks. The amount of memory I use on my iPod is more than my entire phone has. So I do still use an iPod for listening. I have a huge backlog of audiobooks and about a dozen or so nonfiction audiobooks that all sound great. So I had trouble choosing, but I settled on These Precious Days by Ann Patchett. Now, I have loved Anne's novels that I've read. Bel Canto, A Sense of Wonder, The Dutch House. Always enjoy her. I always enjoy her novels. This book is nonfiction. It's a collection of personal essays she's written. And from what I've read about it and heard about it, it sounds like it's right up my alley. So I know I enjoy her writing. I think she's a similar age to me, so I think from what I've heard about this book, we've gone through some similar things, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this. So that's These Precious Days by Ann Patchett. I'm going to be starting that on audio today. And that's it for me this week. I would love to hear what you're planning to read this weekend. We'll be heading to the campground on Sunday. Don't worry, I'm going to take lots of video. The place we're going is absolutely beautiful at this time of year. It's 2 hours to the south of us, so we're a bit past our peak fall foliage here. A lot of the trees are starting to go bare. But down there, we were down there this same weekend last year, and the colors were just stunning. So don't worry, I'll take lots of video and show you a glimpse next week. In the meantime, tell me what you're reading this week. Let me know in the comments down below.